Hey everyone, good afternoon. Today is the 4th of February 2023. Welcome again to another short video from investingsuccess.ca. Today, I want to take a slightly different approach. Videos up until now have looked at individual stocks. I'm going to look at heliocentric cyclical patterns, and I'm going to do so against the backdrop of the S&P 500, although it can be done against the backdrop of practically any index, or for that matter, any commodity or any stock. In particular, today I want to focus on the planet Venus. And in this diagram here, courtesy of Getty Images, I've got Venus labeled. So at the far left of the diagram is the sun, and the planets in our cosmos orbit around the sun. The first planet from the sun is Mercury. It is the smallest of all of the planets. It whips around the sun very quickly. Next is Venus, and the third planet from the sun is Earth. So Venus is between Earth and the sun, and it goes around the sun in 225 days. It takes Earth, by comparison, 365 days to make one trip around the sun. Now, we can see Venus. At certain times of the year, you can see it at dusk, just as the sun goes down, just as the moon is starting to come out. At other times of the year, you'll have to get up early in the morning, and you will see it just before sunrise. It's either going to be called the morning star or the evening star, and I explain all of that in my 2023 financial almanac. But if you look at it from a philosophical point of view, there is something about Venus and something about the human animal, the human emotion. It does somehow influence our emotion. And when it comes to the financial markets, there are only two emotions. There's fear and there's greed. We either run towards making a buying decision and entering the market, or we sell and we run away. Fear and greed. One thing I've noticed, and I did not make this up, I have to give full credit where credit is due. In my almanac, I make mention of a rabbi. His name is Jonathan Cahn. He is the rabbi of a synagogue in New Jersey, in the United States. If you look up Jonathan Cahn, Rabbi Cahn, on Amazon, you will soon realize that he has published a series of books, and he actually talks about the patterns of the Jewish Hebrew calendar. He talks about the Kabbalah, and with his information as a starting point, and with some of the other material that I've read over the years, I started to piece it all together. And I realized that the Hebrew, they call it the Aleph-Bet. I guess we would call it the alphabet. The Hebrew Aleph-Bet consists of 22 letters. If you assign a numeric value to each letter, such that the first 10 letters are assigned numeric values of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 10. The next grouping are assigned numeric values of 10, 20, 30, 40, all the way to 90. And the remaining letters are assigned numeric values of 100, 200, 300, 400. Add all those numbers up. The sum total is 1,495. Now, focus on just the odd numbers in that sequence. Tally them up. The sum total of the odd numbers is 625. The sum total of the even numbers is 870. Now let's express that as a fraction. 625 divided by the sum total of all of those numbers is 42%. Take 42% of a circle. 42% of 360 degrees in a circle computes to 150.5 degrees. Take your even numbers, divide it by the sum total of 1495, you get 58%. What is 58% of a 360-degree circle? The answer is 209.5 degrees. I've discovered that these are very important numbers, and I've discovered that from a significant market high or a significant market low, if I focus on the planet Venus, and in particular the heliocentric movement of Venus, when from that significant high or low, when does Venus move 150.5 degrees? When does it move another 150.5 and another and another and another? So let's take a look now at the S&P 500. We're going to go back and we're going to use as our starting point February 21st of 2020, literally a day before the markets began selling off in panic because of this pending disease coming at us from somewhere. When has Venus moved 150.5 heliocentric degrees from February 21st? Well, the answer is May 24th, 2020. At first glance, nothing really appears to have happened, but if you look 4 days prior to that, the market actually did a little dip and a recovery. 26th of August, 2020, it's moved another 150 heliocentric degrees, literally days after the market, the S&P reaches a peak and draws down. When did it move another 150? November 28th, 2020. Nothing really happened there. When did it move another 150? That takes us to the 2nd of March, 2021. And look what the market was doing. Right at that 150 degree advancement, you've got a swing bottom. Let's take the next one. That takes us through to middle of 2021, June sometime. Not much happened. Okay, so you're going to get times when not much happens. But as you're going to see, those are few and far between. Now you've got to remember that at this time as well, what was the Federal Reserve doing? It was pumping money into the market. And so if at the beginning of a month there was concern about the markets, the Fed would just make available more liquidity. And that's what actually gave way then to the mantra, buy the dip, buy the dip. The Fed has our back. The markets are not going to go down. Let's move on in time. When did it make another advancement? That took us to the 5th of September 2021. Yeah, the Fed is still putting money into the market, but the markets are now starting to get more volatile. Look at what happened at this heliocentric advancement, September 5th. Boom. Almost to the day, you've got a peak and the market draws down. Next one, 9th of December, 2021. Look at what happened. Market draws down, recovers. That's just when this heliocentric advancement hits. Market pulls back and it recovers. Next one, 12th of March, 2022. Market had been coming down, extraordinarily volatile. And right at that heliocentric advancement, the volatility stops, the market reverses, and it goes to the upside. Next one, 15th of June, 2022. Look at what's going on again. Market draws down, tries to recover, can't do it, sells off hard again. Oh, but right at that Venus advancement, the market turns. Magically, just turns. Human emotion changes literally on a dime. How can that be? But it did. Next one, 16th of February. Market had been declining, drawing down. Suddenly there's a very abrupt recovery. People who were short the market were scrambling to recover. There was a temporary change in human emotion. That was a Venus 150-degree advancement that brought that on. Moving along. 19th of December 2022. Market was weak, pulling down. Heliocentric 150-degree advancement. Everything calms down. Market goes sideways for a number of sessions, but it doesn't go lower. Human emotion is changing, and it recovers. And that brings us to the here and to the now. When can we expect another one of these? The next 150-degree advancement of Venus is going to land on the 24th of March, 2023. So in about 6 weeks. I don't know what it's going to be. It could be nothing. It could be a swing high. It could be a swing low. But know this. Since February 2020, there's been 11 of these advances. And if you go back and quickly tally everything up, 9 of the 11 demonstrated some response in human emotion. The price made a swing high or a swing low. That's an 81% success rate. And I see numbers in the 80s, whether I'm looking at soybeans, corn, tech stocks, what have you. There is something about Venus. It does affect the human emotion. You've simply got to keep an eye on these advancements of Venus. Now, this presentation deals with the 150-degree advancements. You can also look at the 209-degree advancements, and there's actually a couple more that I'm going to show you in future videos. There's 4 altogether, and it's actually worth your while to plot these out and to know when these various 4 dates are going to land. And then all you have to do is just be on guard. As these dates are drawing near, look for some kind of a response, a swing high, a swing low, a temporary burst in volatility. Something is likely going to happen. And statistically, there's at least an 80% chance of something happening. So get yourself a heliocentric ephemeris. I mean, you can also find this data online if you wish to, but I keep an ephemeris at my desktop, and the one that I use is the American heliocentric ephemeris. It takes me up to 2050. So from a significant high or low, where is Venus at that day? Use your ephemeris tables then to see when it moves 150 degrees, and then make a note of that. And then when does it move another 150, another 150? And you can pick, as I say, any index, any stock, any commodity, and you can go back and take a look at it. And I think you're going to see a very interesting overlap. So it's a worthwhile exercise. And to wrap this up, for those of you that like to keep a handy reference book at your desk, give some thought to the 2023 Financial Astrology Almanac. If you're in the United States and you want the book in hardcover, and if you don't really relish dealing with Jeff Bezos at Amazon, you can get it at Barnes & Noble. They bring it in from a printing company in the US called Ingram Publishing. But if Amazon is how you like to buy your books, absolutely, you'll find it on Amazon. You'll find it in ebook format on Kindle, Kobo. If you're in Australia, Canada, the UK, you can get it at major booksellers in those countries, courtesy of Ingram Publishing. Amazon, of course, delivers to those countries as well. So that is heliocentric Venus, very powerful, and I honestly cannot explain how that planet influences our human emotion the way it does, but it does. And I first gleaned that from a rabbi in New Jersey. So that's all for today, folks. Thank you kindly for taking the time to listen, and best of luck out there with your trading and investing. And keep yourself tuned to this YouTube channel and to my website, investingsuccess.ca. Have a great day.